Yeah. I like it.
What's good, everybody?
Welcome to 2026.
2026. Like the Wyatt 6.
Oh, it's their year.
Actually, we've already designated a year, 2026, the year of the bunny.
Yes, this is Bad Bunny's year, as was 2025, 2024, 2023.
It's just the decade of the bunny.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to another edition of Ringside. I'm John.
And I'm Kendra.
Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. And, you know, it's a time of reflection and resolutions and looking forward to what the future brings. Now, we're recording this on January 3rd of 2026, which we won't talk about it here. But, hey, something real crazy happened in the world today.
That's true.
So, you know, we're already
starting off
kind of wild, kind of Joaquin Wild, Lord willing. For more Joaquin Wild, I mean.
Okay, yes.
But anyway, a lot's happened in 2025, especially in the world of what we talk about, and a lot's going to happen this year. But I figure now is as good a time as ever to, like, let's take the reflection part of starting a brand new year, and let's talk a little bit about WWE.
Yes.
It's been a crazy year.
It has been.
A very polarizing year for a lot of fans.
Yeah.
For better, for worse. But here we are.
A lot of changes, good and bad. A lot of, I don't know, just it felt like I think this because we started watching in 2021?
Something like that, yeah.
It's still like, I don't know. I just feel like we got so much more wrestling content this year with the introduction of AAA into WWE, Evolve coming in. Just more. I feel like Saturday Night Main Event coming back. Like there's just been so much more in 2025 than what we're used to. We were eating very well.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe in some cases we were simply just eating. I don't know if we were eating well with everything, but you know.
Oh yeah, sometimes food was being shoved down our throats.
Yeah, whether
Sometimes
we wanted it or not.
Big white gorilla food was being shoved down our throats.
But anyway, we figured it would be fun to take some time and talk about a lot of our favorite things throughout the year and do a little bit of a WWE Superlatives.
Yeah.
So why don't you kick us off, Bean?
Sure. So the first one I wanted to talk about was our favorite PLE of the year. And I am immediately off the bat going to cheat. I don't know if this is technically considered a PLE because it was free to watch, but my pick for PLE of the year was the Worlds Collide Los Angeles, the very first Worlds Collide that we did this year with, I think after they announced Worlds Collide, like a couple days later, they announced that AAA was being absorbed into WWE.
I think it was that same weekend. I think that's like why they were doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like a 2-for-1-2 punch announcement. But that first Worlds Collide was just so eye-opening to me because I've only seen clips of like Lucha Libre before. I've never watched like a full production of like that scale that was that many luchadors wrestling all at once in the same place. So that was really cool to see, and it very eye-opening and kind of stuck with me the rest of the year. And we got to see some really cool people. We got to see some WWE talent that is poorly utilized on the main WWE rosters shine on AAA. So the Catalyst event, Worlds Collide Los Angeles, that's my pick for PLE of the year.
Yeah, I was admittedly like, I don't know if that's technically a PLE because it was streaming on YouTube and it was like, I don't know. So there's
I'm counting it.
I think that's a great one to choose. I think that was one of the best shows of the year. The world was introduced to an enigma.
many enigmas,
Many,
but one
but
in particular.
there's one in particular, and we'll get to him a little bit later.
Yes.
But I agree. There is a lot of talent we saw there that we don't see used very often or well. Everything you said, yeah, I think that's a very solid choice.
Thanks.
Now, my personal go-to, if you ask me on the street, hey, what was your favorite PLE of 2025? My brain's going immediately to Evolution 2. Evolution was, I think I heard someone say it, this show was destined to fail. It had everything going against it. No buildup of really any meaningful storylines. And it was put in an arena on a weekend in Georgia on the same weekend as, I think it's like across the street from the Beyonce concert.
I forgot about that.
There was like super low ticket sales because you either pick your poison. Are you going to go see, not that there's a lot of overlap between the people who want to see Beyonce and WWE, although there's more. But do you want to deal with all that traffic, right? Like that's just something, that's a very real thing. And then, I don't know, it just had everything stacked up against it.
I feel like it didn't get announced super early before it happened.
It
Like
was
there
like
was
3-4 weeks. I'm not even, I don't think it was 4 weeks. I think it was like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And, you know, all the shine was going to Saturday night's main event because it was Goldberg's retirement match. And we ended up getting one of the, like, the women. If I could say my favorite wrestler of the year was the women's division, I would.
Yeah.
Because the women really just took everything and just made one hell of a show. It had some of my favorite matches of the year. I just thought overall well-rounded. It was a great show. It was a great show. I have really no complaints about it. I will say though, close second for me was Crown Jewel Perth because historically speaking, I mean, you know, a show's got to be like really bad for me to like really say that it's bad. Mm-hmm. I try to find something I like out of everything. But historically speaking, Crown Jewel's always been kind of just like, you know, it's there.
Yeah.
But this particular show was a lot of fun, if for no other reason for John Cena and AJ Styles. Like, come on. Yeah, that was another really good show. But I would say I would pick my favorite PLE as Evolution 2.
Evolution 2 was really, really solid. And yeah, like you were saying, it's just like, it didn't feel like, it kind of felt like Evolution 2 was just like, we're doing it to say that we did it.
Right. And
to stop the discussion that people always have every PLE where it's like, there's 4 men's matches and one woman's match.
Right.
And then so for it to feel so rushed and then for it to go super well because of the talent that you have on the stage and not a lot to have to do with the background players of it all. And then for Triple H to come out and be like, see, it rubs me. And then to be like, see, we shouldn't have to have these women's only PLEs to showcase the women's division. Right. And then I'm pretty sure the next PLE, there was like one women's match.
Right.
Okay. So I also like Evolution 2 on one hand because it was just an amazing performance and showcase of talent in the women's division. The women's division, who I believe have the strongest, most consistent matches.
Absolutely.
The women's matches are always my favorite part. I very rarely doubt that they're going to show out and do like one of the best matches of the night.
Right.
Especially if Io Sky is involved. Hey, I'm biased. But it was also, on the other hand, as a fuck you, that they did well. Like, it makes me extra proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, speaking of, let's go on to our favorite match. Now, you and I are there are some of these that we are perfectly aligned on, and we have the same exact answer.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, I think it was Sports Illustrated mention their match of the year was Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky versus Bianca Belair at what was that, WrestleMania? Yeah, WrestleMania 41.
Yeah.
Which was a phenomenal match.
Yeah.
I'm not upset with that answer. But personally, over here at Perez Periódico, our favorite match is Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky at Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
One, because they just as one-on-one competitors, I don't know, they're like each other's perfect dance partners. Like,
yeah.
They have such different styles, but they complement each other so well. They work so well together. They put on a phenomenal match. But then the ending was so perfect because you had Naomi, who was on the run of a lifetime. She was Miss Money in the Bank, Caution in the Bank, come in with the fucking steel. It was just chef's
It was like
kiss.
It was a constant threat of Naomi in the background, but she had been so openly focused on like Tiffany Stratton that it was still unexpected that she came out at the end of this match. So that made it even better.
And she was like all bloodied and battered from her match with Jade Cargill. Like she came out and she just had, I don't know, the chaos about this character she was in was just so infectious, and like, I don't know, it was like the perfect ending to, you know, a damn near perfect PLE. That's a Money in the Bank cash-in done well.
Yeah.
And they're hardly ever bad. We've seen some bad ones, don't get me wrong. We've seen some wasted ones. But we didn't, this isn't a superlative, but I don't know what was the better cash-in, Naomi's or Seth Rollins. I don't know. Seth Rollins was really good.
Yeah, I wasn't around for. Wait,
Yeah,
which
you
one?
were.
This one. Yeah. I thought you meant the first one.
No.
Yeah, Seth Rollins. Yeah, that one was really
I don't know
good.
that. I'd probably give it to Seth for that one because the fake out.
Because they got me. Because I thought he was very legitimately injured, and they got me, and I don't like being got. Oh, that was so good.
But yeah, I would highly recommend we don't actually go back and watch PLEs all that often.
Yeah, which is why I never remember anything that happens in them.
But as we were heading to the end of the year, we knew we were going to be talking about some of this. We wanted to revisit some of the ones we had been discussing. And this was one that we're like, man, how did this not win Match of the Year at Sports Illustrated?
It was
because we watched both of those matches pretty much back to back. But yeah, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, they tore the house down. Jessica Carr took a bump. Crooked Carr.
Hell yeah, Crooked Carr. Most crooked ref, that should be our sport.
Well, it'd be a tie between Crooked Carr and
Lion Ryan
Tran. You want to go ahead and introduce the next one, Bean?
Sure. So, this is one that we differ on.
Yes.
Publicly.
Openly.
Most improved superstar. I personally went with Maxine Dupree.
Well, say it right.
Maxine Dupree, who I can't believe how far she's come in such a short amount of time. I mean, she's a champion. It's crazy. Every time I see her, it's like markedly improved. Like I can see the effort that she's been putting in. And it's not just, in the moves, it's on the mic.
I was gonna say her last few promos against Becky, she's been
solid.
on it.
She's solid on the mic. So she's by far. I don't think we've seen even like close to her peak yet. I think I'm like so secondhand proud of her. I don't know her.
Pride is not the word I'm looking for.
There is so much more inside me now, Maxine.
Oh my God, we're now Hamilton trip.
Hamilton trip. Anyway.
So hey guys, this year is all about getting brand sponsorships. So
we're trying to get a sponsorship from Supreme and Lynn
and Hamilton and
The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But yeah, Maxine Dupree by far in my eyes is the most improved of the year.
I think that's an absolutely solid choice. Yeah, I agree. I think it's one thing. I feel like when she first started like wrestling as part of the Alpha Academy, it was very gimmicky to see Maxine, and she got a big pop for doing literally anything because she wasn't a wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, she was brought in. I think of it like this. She was brought in as part of, what is it? Male Maximum Models.
Oh my God.
with
Maximum Male Models.
Max
almost
Dupree.
Almost like a manager role.
Yeah. So again, sort of a destined to fail, like, gimmick.
Shortly after she was introduced, Max Dupree became LA Knight and kind of left them hanging.
Yeah.
So that's scary.
And Masse and Mansois,
then they left.
They got cut, and she was put with the Alpha Academy, who, to the great work of Master Gable, excuse me. I mean, they made that whole faction work. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I feel like she went from like this real gimmicky type to being like, oh my gosh, she's like doing her thing. She's champion now. I think that's a fair choice. Now for me, while I don't disagree that she is up there, I have to give it to Big Mommy Cool Raquel Rodriguez. I remember when we were watching, we first saw her. I don't know if she had just been called up or what, or she had like a return. But her presentation, her character, it was very milquetoast. You know, It was just very bland. And I never thought her in-ring ability was an issue. Like, we actually saw her wrestle Ronda Rousey at a SmackDown in Tampa.
Yeah, you're right.
And I mean, hey, that's a challenge in and of itself from what I hear. But no, I never thought she was like a bad talent in ring, but I don't think there was a lot of direction given for her character work. And then she had this, we've talked about like skin issues and stuff like that on this podcast in the past. And to be dealt such a hand where you don't know what's going on. She had all these skin issues, couldn't wrestle, was just unsure of just so many unknowns happening, And then she comes back and she's part of the Judgment Day. And even then, when she was first back, she was there as a bodyguard, as like a bad bodyguard. Mm-hmm. But then when Liv got taken out, this was like a real opportunity to like, okay, do we keep her as the same thing with Roxanne, or do we elevate the both of them? And I feel like she got a chance to step up, and like, I feel like this Big Mommy Cool, even if she doesn't speak as much, but she has been more recently, but I feel like all of her matches, even when she loses, they're not like silly squash matches. She's like having bangers out there.
Yeah.
I feel like she had a triple threat recently.
This is okay. I was trying to think of. I was like, "There's a match I remember."
Oh, it was just the other day. It was with Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer.
Yes.
I think she also had a last woman standing match with Rhea earlier this year. Anyway, all that to say, yeah, I think they're priming her for like the main event, like world title scene. Like, maybe, I don't know if she wins this year, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities.
I agree. And I think this is my issue with this most improved category. Not my issue with the category. We have always been in the camp of Raquel Rodriguez is incredibly talented, but underutilized. So it's almost like the improvement was like in management's eyes, like the writer's eyes. Like, they had to make those changes for her to be showcased more, the talent that she already had.
Yes, but
I do see like the comfort level. Again, something that we've said this before, something that you're really only able to get if you're on TV in front of audiences more and more and more. You feel more comfortable, you get more experience talking on a microphone in front of people. You solidify your character and your style. Mm-hmm. I think we've also seen like a style transformation. She has more of like a signature look to her, where before it was very like basic. But not to argue, because I do think that
yeah.
she is.
We're celebrating both of them.
Yeah, but in my head, I'm like, I feel like it was always there. It's just things outside of her control were not letting that shine.
Right. Yeah, I can't speak for anybody else, but I can see. I feel like not necessarily here with us, but like I know sometimes it may have seemed like people didn't really care whether Raquel was doing anything or not. You know, was never really a serious contender in people's eyes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's shifting, and that's why I think that's why she's my pick for most improved. Anyway,
Yeah.
and that I've been saying this all last year. Judgment Day, whether you love them, whether you hate them, whether you're sick of them, whether you want them to break up already, they're working exactly how Edge intended them to.
Yes.
And look how many. Well, look at Rhea Ripley's the prime example of like how big she's gotten since then. So
and Dom.
and Liv,
Ray and Dom, like,
yeah,
crazy.
and Liv Morgan is gonna have a hell of a year. Now that she's back.
Yeah, I was feeling like Judgment Day stuff was getting a little stale over the last few like months. So now that Liv's back, I'm excited to see more stuff and storylines happening out of there. More movement of people in and out.
Yeah. So I think we'll have a fun year with Judgment Day, and I think Liv's gonna have a hell of a year, and I hope that Raquel continues her momentum as well.
I agree.
Anyway, moving right along.
Do you want to do the next one?
Yeah. So our next, we have most improved. Now, here's the breakout star. Now, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily new signees. You know, they're just someone who really popped out this year.
To us.
But also, I think, in general, like to sort of especially main roster or what's the word I'm looking for? Mainstream, like viewership. So we have some... I think I don't think there's a wrong answer here between the two of us, but we do go in two very different routes.
I really like your answers too.
So I'll let you go ahead and do yours.
Okay. So again, we don't really have the opportunity to watch a lot of NXT stuff because we don't have, what are they on, CW?
Yeah.
We don't have cable. So a lot of their stuff we don't see unless we see clips and stuff. So to me, I picked 3 people, which maybe not technically abiding by the rules, but I couldn't pick one. So 2 NXT stars that really stood out to me this year in particular are Sol Ruca and Javon Evans. Every time I see them in a match, I'm excited and they don't disappoint me. We got to see Javon Evans at a live show against Gunther. Oh boy.
Great match.
But it's every time they're in a match, I'm like, this is going to be good, or at least they're going to be good in the match. And I think Sol Ruca's finisher, the Soul Snatcher, is one of my favorite finishers of all time.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best finishers in the game right now.
It's so cool. Other than them, I also picked Mr. Iguana. Mr. Iguana was like maybe the most viral star after that first Worlds Collide event. Again, someone who's been doing this for a very long time in a very public way in AAA in Mexico. But for us,
became
this was
an overnight sensation.
Yeah.
Literally.
For a lot of people over here who like we don't see that or it's not on our radar. It was like stepping into a whole nother world, seeing him crawl out to the fucking stage with a puppet on his hand. And he's painted green, and I'm like, that's all the things. If you give me a good theme, I mean, I'm a Disney adult.
Right.
Give it a good theme, and I'm in. His theme is iguanas. Yes, I'm there.
Especially being from Florida, like, hey, you're speaking our language, brother.
Yeah. I don't even think I've seen an iguana. That's more. I don't
think I've seen an iguana in the wild.
They'd be falling out of trees in Miami and shit when it gets
that's
cold.
that's their fucking problem.
Quite frankly, that's their problem, not a Central Florida problem.
I remember I have friends who moved. This has nothing to do with anything. Who moved from the north, down here for like work and stuff, and they were always surprised about how many lizards were down here.
Yes.
And I was like, do y'all not have lizards up there?
I guess not.
It makes sense because they're cold-blooded. They want to be somewhere where it's warm.
Yeah, I went and saw in college, I went and saw Bo Burnham perform. Bo Burnham's famously from Massachusetts. Did I make that up? No, he's from Massachusetts.
I have no idea.
Google it.
Okay.
Google it now. Anyway, but during his show, he was talking about all the little lizards. He's like, you guys have little lizards everywhere. And in my head, that was the first I had heard of like other places not having lizards. So I was very confused.
He's from Massachusetts. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, and from I just lizards are so nothing over here. There's a lizard living under our oven. I think it's still alive.
I don't know, but
the cats hunted it under the oven, and I haven't seen it since. So, and that just kind of happens sometimes.
That's just Florida.
That's just Florida. Did you ever have friends who would catch them and then put them on their ears?
Yes.
Have them bite their ears?
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's gross.
I wasn't doing that shit.
But yeah, no, Mr. Iguana. Yeah, the second he crawled out, and he was, and here's the thing. He was the most captivating out of several captivating people. Like, also, who was the other one? Psycho Clown, who fucking rips his face off. Like, so no, but no, I think these are fantastic choices for breakout star. Now, I also picked two here because anytime I pick more than one, it's a tie between, like, I couldn't choose who I thought was the bigger breakout star. I could have really put Stephanie Vaquero on here too, but
that's a good one.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'll include her in this. Okay. But I think my two initial picks that I picked are Penta. So Penta debuted of January of last year, I believe, and his presentation off the bat was like, oh, they're treating him like a star.
He got pyro.
Star. He got pyro right off the bat, and also he was the Iron Man of the Rumble this year. Like, he lasted the longest. Yeah, and he's had some fantastic matches. I feel like he's been pretty reliable, and yeah, he's just super popular. Like, anytime he pops up in anything, fans love him. My other pick, this might be the most polarizing thing I put on this list today. Breakout star, El Grande Americano.
I agree with you 100%.
Now, whether you have El Grande Americano from the beginning of the year, who was much more of a controversial figure. Here's the thing. Hang on. He, while controversial and very clown-like, I will say, had some incredible matches.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Had some incredible matches.
Absolutely.
The legend of Lucha Libre. Now, he went through a bit of a body change, and he went through, a little bit of a growth spurt. He's slim and trim and
6 foot tall. Yes.
But but ever since we got the second half of the year, El Grande Americano, just it's interesting. WWE is in an interesting position because stateside he is very much a heel. Los Americanos are a heel faction, but even that I feel like it's going to change soon because if you watch any of the AAA events, he is very much over in an unbelievable way. Like he you can't imagine how popular he is over there unless you watch it. And I think he's more of a face over there. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually saw that transition over here. But again, he puts on great matches. He's fantastic on the mic.
Oh yeah.
Speaks pretty much exclusively in Spanish, which is ridiculous in and of itself. But yeah, so I mean, who am I to hate on him? I gotta throw him up there as one of the breakout stars. And then of course Stephanie Vaquero, who just took the world by storm. Especially your world. She lives right here and right here. But yeah, no, 'Cause I'm dreaming that's sad. Of you tonight. That's a sad song. Huh? That's a sad song. It's a romantic song. Yeah, but it's sad in the context. Anyway. Not in my context. I agree 100% with all of your picks as well. El Grande Americano is such a good choice. And truly, like, the El Grande Americano at the beginning of the year had to crawl for the El Grande Americano at the end of the year to fucking fly. Right. I mean, him being billed from the Gulf of America was the funniest fucking... I don't know. I was never one of the people that was super offended by his original run. But I could understand why it's polarizing. And I do think this has to be studied in like
marketing or TV writing classes or something. Just like that switch from, I mean, El Grande Americano in the beginning was supposed to very, very clearly supposed to be like poking fun at, I would argue, like Americans,
Right.
gringos, because his name is Coffee and he's billed from this stupid like concept of a name for something, and it's also a body of water. Makes no sense to be billed
Right.
from there. And everything about him was just like ridiculous, poking fun.
Right.
And I think people got confused at who he was poking fun at.
Yeah.
But then this most recent El Grande Americano took it and had to be very specific and had to learn a lot about not just learning Spanish, but also learning like Mexican culture
Yeah.
to ingratiate himself back into the fold, to where it's like, I don't hear anyone saying that El Grande Americano is like mocking a culture
Yeah.
or anything anymore, because I feel like he did so much work to make it feel more legitimate. I mean, I don't know if he knew Spanish before, and now he's doing all of his promos in Spanish and using like slang, very regionally specific slang, and like learning culturally important songs so he can sing them like I don't know. It's just like that. It was a very tricky character situation to inherit, and I think he did such a phenomenal job with it. Like, I don't know if anyone else in that same position would have been able to turn it like he did, because
not unfortunately, but that's why I had to put him on my list. All right, let's go ahead and continue.
All right, let's do the best heel turn. Now, this is something that we both agreed on, and I think there's only one correct answer. It was kind of like a big deal when it happened, and that is when Naomi turned heel.
Yeah, you thought we were going to say John Cena.
Did you think we were going to say John Cena? Absolutely not. John Cena's heel turn. Sorry, Naomi. Going off on a tangent for a second. John Cena's heel. Oh man, I forgot to turn on my backlight. John Cena's heel turn. I don't think I've been quiet about the fact that I didn't love it.
I liked the heel turn.
I liked the moment that it happened. Oh, I loved that. What happened afterwards, I think John Cena as a heel was great. I mean, we kind of saw him as a heel in Suicide Squad, if you count characters being bad as heels. But I knew he could do it. I knew he could be an asshole because I've seen it before. And it was nice to be able to see it in like a wrestling context. But I just think the story of it all was just it's not what it could have been. The fact that like The Rock was there and then he wasn't, and like never came back and just never came back again. And his eyes went like this for a second. Did you guys see it? I didn't love that. And I also, and I think I said it when it happened, when he stopped being a heel, it felt so sudden. So what the fuck were we doing then? We were just having a few months of hee ha-has. Okay.
But I agree that Naomi, best heel turn. She probably would have been. I think she could have been my favorite wrestler of the year had she been able to complete the year. But the moment where like Jade attacks her in the Elimination Chamber, and that's because we learned that she's the one who attacked Jade.
That was like one of the best moments of the year for sure.
And just the promo she cut with Bianca following, like they were like acting. But just this character, she like sort of just unraveled on everyone. The whole proceed with caution. She was dropping the funniest shit of the year. Just like in promos, out of promos, and interviews.
On the internet.
Even the out of pocket shit she would say that like if someone else said it, like maybe that could be considered offensive. Like what she was doing character wise worked so well for her. Her Twitter beefs, her Twitter rants, she is definitely up there as the best heel turn, one of the best heels of the year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not unfortunately. Unfortunately, she couldn't finish the year, but it's because of a beautiful reason.
Yeah.
So obviously everyone knows she was with child, and yeah. So like, I mean, selfishly, I'm like, oh man, she was on such a run, but I'm happy for her and her family, and
Big
bloodline.
Jim. And the bloodline, yes, yeah, the bloodline. That's the most important thing. But but I'm also it's like bittersweet.
Yeah,
that she had to leave. Besides the obvious reason that she has wanted a child for a long time and was having difficulties, and finally is having one. That's fantastic. But besides that, it's still bittersweet because like she had to leave, but her return is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I think she's going to pick up right where she left off. She's going to get this huge big pop and push when she comes back after she gave a big push to push out a baby. And then
Or popped out a baby.
She pushed to pop out a baby. And then I just think we're going to see just like this massive comeback tour to be at the level she was when she left. It's almost like, I don't know, I'm kind of happy that she has some time to kind of build up that tension. And also after like a certain amount of time, whatever that math calculates to, we're going to start hitting a point where people are like, she could be coming back any day.
Yeah.
Maybe the next PLE, maybe the next PLE. And oh, sorry, I didn't mean to Royal Rumble the table. But I think that's going to be fun too, to get into that excitement period where it's like, ooh, she's coming back any moment now.
But yeah, I am in complete agreement. Naomi, best heel turn of the year.
Yes.
So let's try and get through these next couple a little. We don't have that many left.
Yeah.
Most upsetting release. We're also on the same page here.
Mm-hmm.
There were two releases. R-Truth and Dakota Kai. So Dakota Kai, just because we love Dakota Kai, I think she had a pretty strong fan base too. It was a little surprising that she was released, but I know I feel like she was really dealt a short end of the stick there because she was sort of injury prone, but also they picked a really random time for her to like be solo.
Yeah.
Because she had been with Damage Control for so long. So like I don't know. I don't think she was really given a. She was really set up to succeed there. But yeah, I think we're in agreement for both of those.
Yeah. And R-Truth, he was only released for like 6 days, but that was like crazy when that news dropped.
You've never seen the WWE or the IWC unite in such a way.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And then again, it was another bittersweet thing where like, oh my God, they had the audacity to try to release this man. Crazy disrespectful, honestly. But then on the sweet side, you got to see everyone coming together online, in shows, in person. Like they could not ignore the voices of the people. Do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men?
Absolutely. So
that was also kind of like, oh man, when we like stick together and like agree on stuff, like we can get stuff done. It was, and then yeah, he was back within the week, I think.
Yeah, I say that segues us right into our best returns of the year.
Yeah.
R-Truth coming back in spectacular fashion.
Yeah.
I do wish. I mean, I think it's cool that they're allowing him to sort of flip back and forth, between being the happy-go-lucky R-Truth and then the more serious, like Ron Killings type. Mm-hmm. I do wonder if there's a world in which we could have had a legit Ron Killings run.
Yeah.
And I don't know that championship, like a world championship, was necessarily in the cards, but it would have been cool to maybe see him hold the U.S. title or something.
I agree.
But I think it's cool that even now that he can sort of flip back and forth between that. I think that's fun, and that lets him do a lot. But I personally think the return of the year, I would say, has to go to AJ Lee.
Yeah. I think that was like the most unpredictable. I don't know. We had been saying for a while, like,
ever since CM Punk came back.
Yeah, like, when is AJ Lee coming back? And I've been, I'll put that off to the side later. But yeah, and then it was getting to a point where like I think they're actually gonna do it. Like we're getting significant others involved. We're getting Becky Lynch involved. I think, but also we've been wrong in the past. So her coming back, I mean, I was excited. I missed AJ Lee completely the first time. I think you did too.
Yeah.
So I had no idea what to expect. AJ Lee though is in like the same age range as like a lot of the women's locker room, like a lot of the big top ones. So but I knew she was coming back from an injury. So I wasn't sure what she would look like or be capable of in the ring. And I mean, I feel like she's able to hold her own. I feel the same about after a little bit of an adjustment period, Nikki Bella coming back. Nikki Bella, I think, can hold her own after her time off too. But AJ Lee, it just felt like more of a surprise, and people were so excited. And I know there are like a lot of people, a lot of young women on the roster who like were specifically inspired by AJ Lee.
Yeah.
So that was cool to see too.
Yeah, and I hope we get to see her some more in 2026. Now I just added these, so you can either agree with me. I think you'll. Oh,
I have. I want to add one too.
Oh, okay. So so our favorite face, our favorite baby face of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I went with a sort of a mix. I think overall it's my first choice. But I was trying to do men and women.
Okay.
So I picked Stephanie Vaquer.
Naturally.
And also CM Punk. I think they've both been doing really great work. I think what really got a whole lot of people over, all jokes aside, one, she puts on banger matches like consistently, but I really love the promo after she won the Battle Royal at the Evolution, and you know, she's like, English isn't my first language, wrestling's my first language.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I just like the universality of it all. Like I just thought that was beautiful. And yeah, she's had amazing matches. She's been a solid champ. So yeah, I mean, and then CM Punk, like I really done a 180 on CM Punk. I used to really not be able to stand the guy.
Yeah.
But here we are.
I feel the exact same way. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. I was like a certified Cody Rhodes hater in character.
Of course.
But I don't know, this year and like last year specifically for Cody Rhodes really, really turned me around. I do love CM Punk. My favorite face. I don't know, it's hard because I would also say it's my 2025 Wrestler of the Year.
I mean, you're allowed to do that.
So I think I might save it. But I do agree with your picks as well. Stephanie Vaquer is just like another person where I'm like, if she's in the match, I will be entertained by this match.
Yeah.
Like I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. And then of course our favorite heels. Now I have a 3-way tie here.
And I agree with all three.
So Drew McIntyre, who really inspires me that I'm not hating quite enough in my life.
I have to hate more.
I have to be a little bit more of a hater to embrace it and just let it out. But I think overall, maybe I'll save them for last. And then Gunther, who, you know, upon his return after his injury when he came back for the last time is now tournament, like he's been on a whole different level. And I don't know, I feel like ever since he beat John Cena, like that was the establishing moment of like, okay, he is like Thanos of this world right now. He is like the heel to beat. So I'm very excited to see what 26 has in store for him. But I think my favorite heel all year, again, it would be Naomi if she was here all year. But I gotta go Becky Lynch. The Becky Trump gimmick.
Yeah. It's so funny. And I've only recently been seeing her like TikToks, her vlogs, as she calls them. And her beef with Maxine specifically is bringing out this like whole new level of it that I really, really appreciate. So I think I agree with you on all of your commentary.
When she came back as a heel, like she turned on Lyra And first it was everyone calling her Becky Hogan. And I was like, she's not doing a Hogan thing. She's doing this Trump thing. But also she's doing exactly what she said, like out of character. Like she really is elevating the mid-card women, but also the mid-card title.
Yeah.
And she's doing it in such a way that's so entertaining. It's so fun to watch. And the matches themselves, I thought they've mostly been pretty damn solid. But like I don't know, you care about it now. So yeah. And I just think her online game it's only rivaled by Drew McIntyre. But yeah, so I think Becky Lynch is my favorite heel, and I'm impressed that she can keep changing. Like she can always go back to the man and like have that be that, like that gimmick. Mm-hmm. But this is very different than Big Time Bex, which is who sort of we saw when we first started watching. So yeah, it's very impressive.
Yeah,
impressive.
And
then of course that brings us to our final category for our WWE Superlatives. 2025 Wrestler of the Year.
To us.
And
if we had done superlatives last year, this would have been probably my 2024 Wrestler of the Year as well. I
agree.
Hands down, don't even have to think about it. It's Io Sky. It's Io Sky. Io Sky, I think, in my opinion, is the best wrestler, man, woman, or other, currently, at least in front of my eyes. So WWE, possibly other companies as well. But
I 10,000% agree.
Yeah, she's unbeatable. And when I say like, when I see her in a match, I know I'm going to be entertained. When I see her in the match, I know the match will be good.
Yeah,
I'm not worried.
Yeah, I think she's the complete package. And she. Not only is she always impressive in the ring, but she makes others look good. Mm-hmm. She's one of the best. I don't know. I think she's one of the most well-rounded, like physical talents, but also she can sell the shit out of anything.
Yeah. I
don't know. Like I think she's just hands down. I would agree. I think she's the best there. I do have her tied with someone else. Again, I think she's the best wrestler, but I think who's having like the best year, one of the best years so far, I'm going to go Gunther again. Like I think retiring 2 Hall of Famers essentially, and then just becoming this monster heel after what was, I think, a shaky start to the year, especially with WrestleMania 41. I'm not a Jey Uso hater by any means, like at all. I like Jey Uso. I do think I didn't even have a problem with Jey Uso beating Gunther at WrestleMania 41. I do think him tapping out Gunther was kind of crazy work.
Far-fetched. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of crazy work. So, kind of bouncing back from that a little bit, but just his ability to like literally laugh it off and just piss everyone in the audience off. Mm-hmm. And then again, I went on a Gunther tangent on our last episode, but, yeah, I think he puts on stellar matches as well. So, yeah, those are my 2 wrestlers of the year. Do have some runner-ups here. Stephanie Vaquer, again, who had two match of the year contenders with Io Sky, or just the Raw following WrestleMania. They had a match. You looking at me like you don't know?
I don't remember.
How can I forget? Incredible match. Oh no, and when she beat Io Sky at WrestlePalooza. Yeah, okay, I knew there was 2 for the title. Yeah, okay. I knew I wasn't crazy. So Stephanie Vaquer, and then he just hasn't been back for long enough to be Wrestler of the Year. But Ilya Dragunov, the Mad Dragon.
He was one of my runner-ups for favorite return.
Yeah.
I remember when he left. Well, or was injured, right? Wasn't he injured? Mm-hmm. It was kind of at a point where, hadn't he just been called up?
Yeah, he had some real momentum behind him, but then it was like abruptly halted.
And we were kind of bummed about that. So seeing him back and fucking bigger than ever, I don't know what the fuck they're feeding them when they're out injured. Whatever medicine they're giving them, super soldier serum or something. But
let me get some. Then he gets on Poppy.
He comes back and he's huge. And then, yeah, he still has that same big push right off the bat. Yeah, another one where I know I'm going to be entertained.
Yeah.
No matter who his opponent is in the match.
Yeah. Some banger matches since he's been back. So very excited. Would not be upset if he was the Rumble winner of the year.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We're heading toward the Rumble sooner rather than later.
Crazy to think about.
Anyway, that's our WWE Superlatives.
I had my one that I wanted to add.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just wanted. Well, I guess it's really
Is this
not
a runner-up?
No, it's not really a superlative.
Oh.
So those were our 2025 superlatives. But I did want to talk about maybe some 2026 predictions. I've been saying it for years. I want Brandy Rhodes to return. In some way, shape, or form, it doesn't necessarily have to be wrestling in the ring. It could be in like a manager role. It could be just one time as backup and then she fucks off again. Something. I want Brandy Rhodes back. And I'm thinking maybe 2026 is the year. Wives are in.
Wives are in.
Not just saying that they're only wives and that's their only thing. I want a Brie Bella return. I don't think that would be full time either, but maybe just like a one and done thing. Maybe at Evolution 3. I don't know. And I want Gunther to retire at least 2 more people next year. Please God, if you can hear me, let Gunther retire Brock Lesnar. Please God, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I do think Brock retiring is probably in the cards for this year. But also, I want Drew to win a goddamn world title.
Yes.
I'm sick of him being the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Maybe he'll stop hating so much.
Maybe he gets some love in his heart.
Maybe his heart will grow 3 sizes. See where's that belt.
I'd love to see Drew win a world title specifically. And we didn't even. I hear this is a rumor. I hope it's true. I would love to see in the year of the bunny, Bad Bunny back in the ring.
Yes.
We may or may not be seeing Backlash in Puerto Rico again. So, would love for him to strap up the boots and get his ass back in there.
Do you know what month Backlash is usually?
It's usually right after WrestleMania. So May.
Interesting. And when is the Super Bowl?
February? I don't fucking know.
February. So he'll be free, is what you're saying. Right. Would love to see Bad Bunny
off the heels of one of his most successful tours for one of his most successful albums after performing at the Super Bowl. WWE would be stupid for not trying to cater to that and get him on their programming again.
I feel like it wouldn't be WWE if there's someone can't do it. It's gonna be Bad Bunny saying no.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like.
Oh, you're saying that WWE needs to spend the money to get Bad Bunny.
They need
spend the money to get Bunny. Spend the money to get. Bunny.
I don't think he's as interested in the money as he would be like bring it to Puerto Rico.
Yes, specifically.
You know, like.
He's worried about the money as far as it would benefit.
Right.
The.
I think he would do it for like as a talent. I think he would do it for free. Like.
Yeah, probably.
But anyway, so those are some things I'm hoping will happen in and a Bianca Belair return.
Oh yeah, Binky has to come back. Like
Binky Blair, where you at?
At this point, permanent cast on the fingy. I don't care.
Yeah. We
can't wait for it anymore. Just gotta go.
So let's quickly do these next couple things here.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it'll take as long as it fucking takes.
Oh.
So, obviously, by the time you're listening to this, we're switching gears here a little bit. Still staying on Netflix.
Yeah.
And all their fuck ass shit, but we got to talk about it. Stranger Things. It's the end of an era. Stranger Things Chapter 5. I think I said Stranger Things Chapter 5 has officially wrapped. The world will never be the same. But yeah, Chapter 5. Just here's the thing. I said this last year when they announced all the episodes, or the 2024, whenever they announced all the episode like run times and whatever and episode amount. I was like, here's the thing. We can get upset about how there's less than fucking 10 episodes or whatever. I was like, here's the thing. I was like, they're probably going to be pretty good. Like, if nothing else, the season will probably be pretty good because that's how all of their seasons have been. And I know this has been, I think a lot of the discussion surrounding Stranger Things this season, I think this is just me as someone who likes Stranger Things. I'm not like in the fandom like that. One, I think the season was pretty good. Two, I think a lot of the discussion and hate around a lot of these episodes, I think it's a little forced. I'm not saying it's all completely unwarranted, especially for those who are much more ingrained in the everything around it than I am, because I'm not in the fandom like that. But I think there's a lot of nitpicking and hole poking being done intentionally for a season that's not really bad in my opinion. But I like the season, and I really did enjoy the series finale. I thought it had a beautiful little ending there.
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement. I also am not like a huge Stranger Things fan. The first season legitimately scared me, and honestly, every other season after that, including this one, did legitimately scare me at times, and I don't really quite fuck with that. But at the end of it, I felt satisfied. We had an ending, and I said this as it ended, I was like, that felt like a satisfying ending to me. Again, I'm not super, super in it. I don't know all of like the stuff from season 1 that they never circled back around to, and people are saying it's a plot hole, that kind of stuff. I don't have as much understanding of that. So because of that, I'm not disappointed in it. One thing that I think this is what's happening, and I feared that this is what was going to happen, a lot of the fan theories after like the first half of the season came out ended up being a lot cooler than what happens. And I don't think that this is a uniquely Stranger Things issue to have. I think that's honestly kind of common, especially when things are released in batches like that and we have to wait for them. When you give people time to wait, you give people time to theorize and look for Easter eggs and remember things from season 1 that they never really quite addressed and all this other stuff. So I think that's just kind of part of what's happening. Again, for those like super diehard fans who like really, really wanted everything tied with a bow by the end, I can understand if that didn't happen and you're frustrated, especially after like waiting for so long. Like it took 10 years to get 5 seasons. That's crazy. Kind of just how the cookie crumbled, I guess. But I can understand the frustration. And would a lot of those fan theories have been like really cool if they had come to fruition? And was there some things that I'm like, that kind of doesn't make sense if I go back and think about it? Sure. Despite all of that, after the end of that final episode, I was like, I feel satisfied in the ending.
I think as far as series finales go, I think they stuck the landing, I think, for what they were trying to do. Again, I do think there's a lot of people looking with microscopes and really trying to poke holes. And I also think a lot of people don't understand what a plot hole is. One of my favorite movies, Home Alone, does have a giant plot hole in it. It's the fact that, they mention in the movie that they got the power back on for the house, but it's going to take weeks to fix the phone lines. And then it's not a major plot hole, but he police. He doesn't call the police from his own house. No, that part they got. He does order a pizza from his own house.
Yes.
So is it most people would not notice that.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah. That's technically a plot hole. Like, just like, it's something you set up and then you ignore later. Like, I think a lot of people are turning things into plot holes. And I'm not saying everything. I'm not saying that all the things that people are saying are untrue. I'm just saying that I think a lot of people are just, there is a trend of people don't like to think, and they don't like to be left with open-ended anything. It's what made teaching reading so difficult. And like things like theme so difficult because people don't like to think too hard. They like math questions where you can get to a definitive answer.
Not the way I do math, brother. Not the way I was fucking up math in high school.
But you can go back and learn how to do the equation properly, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people really, really wanted everything explained. But there's another part of my brain that's like, okay, we have a fucking monster who's like traveling through interdimensional planes and planets. Are we really like gonna poke holes into certain logic of things? I don't know. Like I think some of it's a little, they're taking the fun out of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I think there's never a reality for any show to have a series finale that everyone likes. It doesn't happen, especially when your show is like fantasy, sci-fi. Like it can't happen, especially when your fan base is so into theorizing, which again, I don't think it's bad to theorize. I think it can be fun. I have a lot of fun theorizing with like MCU stuff. But when that occurs, there's going to be people who, if my theory isn't correct, I don't like it.
Right.
Even if it's a great ending. That and I'm not saying that this was necessarily like a fantastic end to it. Satisfying, yes. Fantastic, huh? But I just think people will complain no matter what.
Right.
No one's ever going to be on the same page, 100% excited and happy and fulfilled no matter what. So I think that's also important to keep in mind. My thing is, if Will was connected to Vecna and Vecna had his head chopped off and was skewered on a spike,
why was Will's head still on his body?
How did that not hurt him at all?
I don't know.
Is that a plot hole?
I don't know that. Maybe.
Or was that just not well explained? Maybe can he sever the connection?
That's. I would have to imagine so, because I mean Vecna at least at one point severed the connection himself too.
It's true.
So I think he can sever that connection. I don't think he has to be tapped in. I think that's him using his powers. Again, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he can connect to the hive mind,
mm-hmm.
but I don't think he necessarily, like, Vecna and the Mind Flayer seem to be connected that entire time, and that's why when they would hurt the Mind Flayer,
it weakened
him.
Yes. But Will hadn't fully. Henry had fully given over and was like, this bitch is speaking the truth to me, made me see the light, blah, blah, blah. Remember, we almost had a redemption arc, and then he was like, fuck that. I'm doubling down. Will never doubled down. Will never gave in to whatever Henry was saying. Okay. So
Will said.
So maybe that's why there wasn't that always on kind of connection.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, I think that one is confusing. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I will agree with that. Because even I think I mentioned that, like, wouldn't they be hurting Will too? But
maybe not. But it has been interesting to go back and see some of like the inconsistencies, I'll call them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of fun to be like, this is what we established season 1 and this is where we ended up. I think that's more interesting in like the process of show running and writing and like seeing how far we've come from like their ideas from season 1 to what came out in season 5. Like some things they just had to to pivot on. What?
You said what came out in season 5 and I said Will, right?
Well, yes. A lot of people had issues with that scene as well.
I hate people.
And a lot of people were calling Hopper a homophobe. They were like, good thing Hopper wasn't in that room. I don't know. Maybe it was the 80s. I do have something, though, that I did definitively hate about this season in particular and about everything that Netflix is coming out with.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Netflix lighting has got... whoever's doing the lighting at Netflix, fired. It's ass and booty. and so many people were talking about like, oh my God, the CGI is terrible. It looks so bad. It's not the CGI.
Nope. CGI
It's
is
the
great.
lighting. Why is everything so bright and so cartoonish? What else were we just, Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Same
movie
issue.
Where literally everything looks beautiful until it looks like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, and there were like sometimes where it's not as obvious, like if we're in daylight or something.
Right.
But like the Abyss looked ass, like them running through like Max and Holly when they were running through that nasty place. That looked ass, and like in previous seasons it looked less ass. So like that is my one gripe. It has nothing to really do with the show in and of itself, but like the lighting.
Yeah.
Stop.
I would agree with that. And my one big problem with the show, not I feel like it got better. I don't know. I've never been, and this has nothing to do with the actor himself. He's great. I always found that Mike Wheeler was a little bit hard of a character to like.
Yeah, I hate Mike.
I
hated him.
He's a child and he's like learning things, but
he is a child. I hated him less this season, I will say, than any other season. But I think they had to do that pivot because people fucking hated him. Like me.
They just, I don't know. I feel like we really needed to see him get out of like. Granted, he was sort of set up as the main character, him and Elle. But like, I feel like they made that part of his character was that he felt like the main character,
he was
like the leader of the group.
Big twerp energy.
Yeah. And so, but
I feel like we got out of that.
I agree. And yeah, I did really enjoy not really, because I'm not deep into the fandom like that, but I did really enjoy the series finale itself. I thought it was very lovely. If I had been someone who was like a kid when this came out and started like grew up with them, I probably also would have been in tears.
Yeah.
But I think the show's made me get teary-eyed before. Not this season necessarily, but
the one the piece of it that got me close to tears this time around was them all putting their binders back.
Yeah, that was rough.
Because that felt like very like, this is our last day of filming vibes. It felt real.
It felt like when you're in high school and you have your last show of your last musical there, you're like, little shop of horrors.
I did tech theater, so I was more fucking stressed and being like, can you guys leave so I can start cleaning this shit up?
Get out of here.
Can you guys help us actually pick up a box for once in your fucking actor lives instead of crying and pissing on the floor?
Yeah.
Get it together. We have a month of school left.
But overall, I think Stranger Things what is interesting is just the cultural impact it's had, just across the board.
Yeah.
But that's another video for another time.
Well, it's kind of related. We do have the Stranger Things episode of Raw happening on Monday.
And that's good synergy.
This.
Netflix.
So I don't know what the fuck that's going to be.
David Harbour versus Gunther.
David Harbour wishes. Gunt would chop his shit in half.
What's his name? Noah Schnapp on a temporary alliance with Kit Wilson
to battle toxic
masculinity. Actually, that'd be really fucking funny.
But yeah, I don't know who's gonna be there.
Winona Ryder, hopefully.
I could see
take a bump.
The guy who plays Steve Harrington.
I could see him.
And Gaten. Is that his name?
Yeah, Gaten Matazzaro.
Yeah.
Matazzaro?
I could see them being there together.
Yeah.
I feel like they seem the wrestling type.
You know what the biggest plot hole of Stranger Things was not getting that hippie dude from season.
What the hell? Where did he go?
I don't know.
He would have been at the Raw.
He pissed someone off.
A lot of people, Argyle, right? A lot of people were like, "Where the fuck was Argyle?
What the fuck happened to him? He was never there." All right, so moving on to our very, very last thing. I know we were running a little long this episode, but that's okay. As we head into 2026, hey, we're talking about what's happening with Marvel. And surprisingly, less than expected and more than expected at the same time.
I would say more.
So in terms of films, we actually, we really only have 3 movies coming out between 2 years, which is unexpected. I think they halted production on a lot of what they were doing. which I'm not entirely against. I don't
No.
think, in 2025 we had Captain America: Brave New World, we had Thunderbolts, and we had Fantastic Four. All three solid. Captain America probably being my least favorite of the bunch, but I personally didn't think that movie was bad. I don't think it was great. I don't think it was bad though. And actually a lot of people are going back and watching it now. And they're like, hang on a second.
The Eternalsification.
Exactly.
Eternals isn't that bad. Go back and rewatch it. It's not that
Eternals.
bad.
I do think Eternals could have been a TV show, but that's another conversation for another time. Thunderbolts was really good. I like Thunderbolts a lot. But all that to say, so this year we have Spider-Man: Brand New Day coming out in July, and then we have Avengers: Doomsday coming out in December, and then we don't have another movie until the following December, 2027, for Avengers: Secret Wars.
As someone who loves abundance, I'm fine by this decision.
Yeah,
we desperately needed a slowdown. And we're feeling it now. We're feeling the slowdown now.
Which is crazy because I feel we went 1 year where we just had Deadpool and Wolverine, and then we picked it up to 3 for 1 year, and now we're going back to, which I'm not against, especially if what we're hearing is that we're sort of soft rebooting parts of the MCU and keeping some other parts. I think that's kind of cool. I'm excited to see how they do that. But yeah, so this year alone, we're just getting 2 movies, Spider-Man: Brand New Day and Avengers: Doomsday. But then we also have 5 TV shows that we know about. Now, of course, sometimes they just throw shit in there randomly, or TV shows and TV specials.
Yeah.
So, and they're not all MCU related. So I really wanted to call this the MTVU, but then that sounded a lot like MTV.
Yeah.
So the Marvel Television Universe here.
Okay.
So in just a couple weeks, we have Wonder Man, which they just released a trailer for. They're doing the whole Ironheart thing again, where they don't tell you anything about the show. The show will probably come out, and it'll probably be really good.
And no one will watch it. Just like Ironheart.
That's what I said.
I know, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Ironheart.
And we see the return of Trevor Slattery in this one, so I'm excited about that.
Oh.
Yeah. Which makes sense because it's like 2 actors playing.
Yeah.
Then in March, we're getting season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, seeing the return of our girl, Kristen Ritter, back as Jessica Jones. Jessica?
You guys know I've been hooting and hollering for Jessica Jones to come back for years and years and years and years. Very excited to see her back in those boots.
Yeah, and the leather jacket.
And a leather jacket and some baggy pants.
And this summer, we have season 2 of X-Men 97.
Super excited for that.
Super excited. One of the best shows they've come out with. I'm still excited for it. Bo DeMayo's losing his mind somewhere. He's losing his mind. That
poor guy.
I don't know. I don't know about all that.
I don't know.
I don't know about that one. I mean, I don't know. Maybe poor guy. But
that's the thing. We don't know.
But he, ever since the leaked Doomsday trailer, where it may or may not feature Cyclops, he went on a whole Twitter tirade about basically wanting credit for making Cyclops popular. And I was like, well, maybe in some ways, but
which version of Cyclops are we getting? Are we getting the Cyclops that existed in the X-Men movies that were decades ago?
But also, like, we're getting the same actor.
Right.
So yeah,
I don't think that has anything to do with you.
I think he's just kind of losing his mind over there.
And I'm a Cyclops hater. I will say Daredevil 97 made me hate Cyclops less.
X-Men 97?
What did I say?
You said Daredevil 97.
Jesus Christ. Well, that could be interesting. Well, hold on.
I think he was. Didn't Daredevil make a cameo in X-Men 97? I'm pretty sure he did. So, hey, there you were.
Huh. So I'm not wrong is what you're saying.
Well.
But no, X-Men 97 brought me around. He's still, Nah,
he's the shit. That's my dude.
He looks like he'd, like, give someone a noogie.
Well.
Be like, oh,
you better hope that's all he's doing.
Keep the glasses on, please.
That man will fuck you up. And then in the fall, we have season 2 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man,
which we also liked.
Which we also liked a lot. I didn't love the first episode. I remember it took me a little while to get into it, but by the end, I pulled a 180.
Just like Ironheart.
Just like Ironheart. That was another one. Got a lot of hate for not liking that first episode, and I was like,
well, because it was booty and butt. That's why.
I can't help it. The episode was. I don't blame anyone in the show. Just the episode was bad. Yeah. The whole rest of the season was awesome. Though,
it was crazy how it turned around. Anyway,
and then we don't know exactly when. I think it's in the fall. But then we have I'm guessing the conclusion of the WandaVision trilogy, with Vision Quest at long last.
Whatever the fuck that means.
So Vision Quest is the series centered around the Vision.
Which one? White?
I don't know what Vision we're gonna get. I would assume he starts off white. Paul Bettany's white. But then we also get, I don't know how we're getting it, but we're gonna see the return of Ultron. James Spader returning to voice Ultron.
Ultron's one of those things where he's like a concept more than a physical being, so he can just be up. If you have him on a USB, you can upload him to anything.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping he's like a Vision's Force Ghost,
yeah,
because Vision is part Ultron. That's what
true.
So anyway, I'm interested to see what that is.
I just had an idea. Horror movie, horror, not horror.
Oh.
Someone finds an old decommissioned Megan from Megan. USB-C input in the back of her head. Ultron. We get Ultron Megan. Ultron. And at first you're like, huh. But if you think about it.
Oh, shit. FBI's calling.
That could be fun.
But, so yeah, a lot happening in 2026 for Marvel. Oh, and I didn't list it here. I don't know why I didn't list it here. But we also have the Punisher special presentation that's coming out, I think like October-ish.
Ooh, like a Halloween-y one?
I'm not entirely sure. But I know that's also on the calendar, which I'm sure we'll see. We also see the Punisher in the new Spider-Man movie. Mm-hmm. I don't think he'll pop up in Daredevil Born Again Season 2. So, yeah, a lot happening with Marvel, at least on the TV side. I don't know how much of it will be connected to the greater MCU, which I'm fine with as well. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Some overlap is fine.
But yeah, I think something we learned from those first few Disney Plus shows is that trying to like have these connections and circling everything back to
it's a lot of
one
work.
Sacred timeline. It's a lot of work and it has a lot of opportunity to fail.
Yeah.
But I have a question. The Punisher special presentation, that's like gonna be like Werewolf by Night, just like one
and done.
Yeah, okay. It's not like multiple episodes of a special presentation.
I don't think so. I think it's essentially like a little short movie, like a one shot. And who knows if it gets popular enough? Maybe they'll do another Punisher season, or maybe they'll just keep him for like appearances, like in special presentations or in like other people's shows.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised he doesn't have anything. So, I mean, he had the Punisher show. But yeah, I would love to see him in more stuff. I feel like he's such a talent.
Well, we're getting 2 things with him this year.
Yeah. I hope that trend continues.
Mm-hmm.
For non-selfish reasons.
So anyway, big episode to start off the new year.
Yes.
So thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you're not already, please follow us on all the various social medias. That way you can stay up to date with whatever we got going on. Also see some of the silly shit I put online. And make sure you're following us. I said that already. Subscribe, all that. Oh my God. Hey y'all. It's been a day. I'm running on fumes here. But we'll be back with another episode soon. We're gonna try and get on more of a consistent schedule. I think I said that last year. We were pretty good last year. Just toward the end of the year, we got a little crazy. But we're trying to bring you more of the things. So make sure you're following us on all the things, especially our TikTok and our Twitch accounts where we do go live. We go live with our WWE centric live stream called Pre-Per-View. We have one coming up in just a few weeks to talk about the Royal Rumble, as well as our Perez in the Parks streams, where we talk about theme park news and going on and trips that we make and all sorts of fun stuff. So cool. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got too. Got nothing. Nothing on my. We should have a segment at the end where it's just like, what do I want to briefly mention? Kendra's Corner.
What's one resolution you have this year?
Oh.
Or a goal?
Oh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. I don't know. I don't like making resolutions because it's just a way to disappoint yourself. But I don't know. Just continue trying to be healthier, whatever that means, mentally, physically, spiritually. Just kidding. But yeah, just kind of keeping on with that and go do stuff. I want to go on a trip somewhere.
Yeah. I have a couple goals here. On YouTube, we've been lingering around 886, 87 subscribers. I want to get that bitch to 1,000 this year. I'd like to get to 1,000 on Instagram, and I'd love to get to 10,000 on TikTok.
Yeah.
Now, we'll see. I'll let you know by the end of the year. All right,
y'all.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch y'all for the next one.
Bye.
Peace.